Hello, it's Madison Finney, and I have a question for you today. How many of you like the fall season? If so, well, you're in luck, as today I'll be teaching you how to bake pumpkin cookies. I'll be teaching you how to bake pumpkin cookies based off of my own experience and some research that I've done. Today I will discuss the materials needed, the process of adding all the materials together for the cookies, and then finally baking the cookies. But first things first, let's talk about the materials needed to bake the cookies. So the materials needed to bake the cookies, let's start off with one pumpkin cookie mix. I got mine from Betty Crocker. That's just the brand that I got. You can get it from any brand and it'll still taste the same. 1 egg, 2 tablespoons of water, 1 stick of butter, or 1/3 cup of vegetable oil. I personally used vegetable oil, 1/3 cup of vegetable oil, just because I didn't have any butter, but it's kind of just a preference thing, whatever you have and whatever you want to use. And I also threw some chocolate chip cookies into my pumpkin cookies. That's just a preference. I just wanted to spice it up a little bit, so that's why I did that. But you don't have to do that. According to Despina's Cafe in the online web article, Why Baking is Good for You, published September 25th, 2014. Baking can be a very calming activity. It can soothe ruffled nerves because it takes up all of your attention and lets you focus on one thing. In that sense, it is meditative. So now that I've talked about the materials needed to bake the cookies, I will now talk about the process of adding all the materials together and then finally baking. So secondly, adding all the materials together. But first things first, we need to preheat our oven to 350 degrees. That's the reason we're doing this first, just because we need to make sure that we're all set and ready to go when we're done mixing all of our stuff. So after we preheat, we're going to add all of our items into a bowl or a mixer if you prefer. I just used a bowl. And then we're going to mix everything until it comes together. As shown in the picture, that's what it should look like when you're done mixing. You know, no more egg or no more mix or anything. That's showing. Also, I just use a spatula. You can use a whisk or whatever you prefer. And then when we're done mixing, we're going to take out 2 metal sheets, and then you can either put parchment paper on it or wax paper. I did wax paper, it doesn't really matter. And then we're going to take the dough and roll them up into little balls each, and then each put them on the sheets, and then wait for our oven to preheat, and then we can put them in. According to Chef James Thomas in the online web article, 35-calorie pumpkin cookies, published October 28, 2008. These cookies are absolutely delicious and practically guilt-free. They're only 35 calories. They're so tasty and soft, you'll really never know how healthy they actually are. They're a great dessert and snack for fall and winter seasons. So now that I've talked about the materials needed to bake the cookies and adding all the materials together, I will now, finally, talk about baking the cookies. So finally, baking the cookies, we're going to make sure our oven is preheated to 350 degrees as shown in the picture or discussed in the last slide. And then after it's preheated, we're going to put our sheets of dough into the oven, and then we're going to let it bake for 8 minutes. And then when it's done baking for 8 minutes, you can take it out and let it sit, or not, whatever you want to do. You can take it out and you can enjoy your cookies. According to Elena Goldberg in the online web article, 5 reasons why baking is good for your mental health, published October 8th, 2013. One of the best things about baking is that you can give away your creations and make others feel happy, which in turn puts a smile on your dial, and it's a win-win. In conclusion, today I talked about baking pumpkin cookies. I discussed the following: the materials needed to bake the cookies, the process of adding all the materials together, and then finally baking the cookies. Referring back to the quote, one of the best things about baking is that you can give away your creations and make others feel happy. As said by Elena Goldberg in the online web article, 5 reasons why baking is good for your mental health, published October 8th, 2013. This quote really sums up why I got into baking in the first place and why I really still like baking. It's because my friends and family do so much for me, and baking them treats that I know that they'll like is one way that I can give back to them. And I can know that I can make them happy. And now I can give them these pumpkin cookies. I hope this informational speech gave you a little bit more knowledge on how to bake pumpkin cookies, and now you can try it for yourself. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope you have a great day.